AFC matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the San Francisco 49ers. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Let's go! Blaster.
Throwing first play is Lance. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This defense for the Commanders, they were very strong in a win last week over the Giants.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Hey, check Mega. Ready.
A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Niners at 5-9 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Ready?
Now a play fake. Lance. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Howell. Nowhere to go here. across the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Tell me I didn't just see these first two possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh? Worse? Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. First down, here's Mitchell. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Hey, go Fury. Ready?
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. And Lance now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Oh, Gold missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left, off the mark, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And, partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim at the right upright and just draw it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. We talked about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Oh, Howe loses it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Howe throwing on 3rd down here. Buying time to his left. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the 1st round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him, really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. A toss left side for Mitchell. Avoids him at the 40. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Lance. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Here's Lance. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Red, cycle. Slide 2. Ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Howell now to throw it. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10, Howell. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Robinson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go, set. Roster, 6. Ready?
A final shot before half for Lance. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down, held to throw. He's going to look deep down the field.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Okay, ready?
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check, smash. Ready.
2nd down, here's Davis Price.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot, because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And this is caught inside the 5.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line.
A huge play there for Washington. 63 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Robinson again.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
Brandon Ayuk now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And not that the coach asked me, but I do like the call there to start the drive. Looking for something maybe to jumpstart this offense. And they decided to run a little screen play. Maybe give their running back a little bit of space. Mission accomplished. He turns that into good yardage and a quick 1st down.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 22 more yards there and another first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
On play action, Lance taking a shot for Samuel. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun and then a handoff to Davis Price. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Play action, now it's Lance. Rolling to his right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. 2nd down. Howell back to pass. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Now they go play action with Howell. Eluding the pressure right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Cam Sims, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback.
Come on, set.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Jamin Davis, the one to get up from his linebacker spot and make that play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Ready.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Got it.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Ready.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here we go.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Completes it to Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Man open, that's Ray McCloud. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Lance. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Powell from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Chase Young in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Here we go, guys.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Washington,
it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
You gotta choose.